I'm assuming is so are we all in the same room?
Right now you are, yeah.
Okay. And I'm assuming if we want to call Armand, is there like a bell of sorts? Or did you say call his name or something?
Malik had rung a bell, let's say, and Armand, the turtle, with the speed of a turtle, has arrived to do your bidding. Right. Show you guys to your rooms, show you to the kitchen, whatever you guys would like.
Okay. McMuffin's going to ring the bell really loud, and sort of just like smile as he waits.
And like Armand doesn't even flinch. You can't even notice that he's breathing.
Good morning.
Good day, sir.
So, where's the kitchen?
And he says, if you would like, follow me.
Woo! Let me know when y'all leaving. I'll catch up in a minute.
And he leads you, again, super painfully slow. Like, whoo! Like, man. It's like super annoying how slow he is. But eventually you make it down a corridor and then through a swinging door, let's say, into a kitchen. And it's a very nice kitchen. It looks well stocked. It looks like a small restaurant kitchen almost, you know?
Yeah, McMuffin sort of lets out a gasp. Shocked. He's never seen anything that's quite as beautiful. He's sort of he sort of clears his throat and says, wow.
So many things.
This is amazing.
And
that too.
Yeah, and so it's like a lot of the house, like it's all like gorgeous copper cookware hanging from an island over an island of just like beautiful, like it looks like really intricate hardwoods on the center island. You know, there's I don't think we would have running water, but there's water, you know, over by what would be a sink, like for washing and whatever, and a nice stove that clearly wood or coal. I'm not exactly sure. Probably wood.
Or a magical material called coal wood.
Coal wood. I don't know. I am not I don't know what stoves would be. Maybe it is stone, right? Like maybe it's a stone kind of kitchen. I don't know. What would they have? I really hadn't thought it through. Sure, it's
maybe like an oven stove.
Yeah, like a brick oven, and like, you know,
brick
like,
oven. Yeah,
the huge fireplace with the iron cauldron hanging from it and that kind of thing.
Regardless, Muffin's going to look around. He's going to try to start looking for eggs.
He definitely has eggs. They're not refrigerated, obviously. There's a big pile of them, you know, like a big bowl of them right on the island. Okay.
Muffin's going to grab those. He's going to grab maybe some whatever vegetable he could find.
Oddly, he has a number of like nice garden vegetables, you know, in probably in a small root cellar, you know, like Armand would show you, and it lifts up and they're down in this little, you know, little steps go down, and there's a cool place down there for nice veggies. You probably find potatoes, carrots, all the root kind of veggies, onions.
I found broccoli.
Okay. Broccoli it is.
I literally pulled up a generator.
Cool.
Broccoli and parsley. It's ooh.
There is a random vegetable generator. Of course there is.
Why, yep. I'm not surprised.
My generator give me parsley, jamaica, pumpkins, wild leeks, amaranth. I don't know what that is. I don't know what jamaica is.
Jicama?
It'd be jicama.
Jicama?
Yeah.
And Brocco flour.
Oh, yeah. Jicama is delicious.
Whatever. McMuffin's going to grab all of that. And
Jicama doesn't have a lot of flavor, but it is very crunchy and crispy.
Yeah. It's like a cross between a potato and a radish, maybe.
Yeah,
that is cool.
I think that's accurate.
Something in there.
Oh, wow. They look like French fries. Anyhow, McMuffin's going to grab all of that. He's going to throw it on the, whatever table, and he's just going to start, cutting it up.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be whistling along.
Cool. Armand will light the fire for you, also.
It takes 20 minutes.
Yeah.
God help us.
He's strangely quick in the kitchen.
Oh.
Wow. You're so fast here. Why are you so slow everywhere else?
And he doesn't say anything. No response. He's just
silence is also another option.
Yeah. What are Yulia and Gorath doing?
I think Gorath. I need to know. I don't know whether Gorath is hungover or not. It depends.
I would suggest that you haven't stopped drinking, probably.
Probably. So.
Because no time has passed. So I would say between the two of you and Malik, you've killed one of the bottles and probably a half of the other one left.
Okay, so we haven't concluded the evening yet. It's still evening.
It is still evening. It's roughly 9 p.m. Let's say.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, now I have to find Gorath's voice again. Gorath talks like this, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is a Gorath.
Gorath is still partially blind. Just partially.
Yes. Oh, yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that. I can't believe... Oh, no, I did write it down. I just totally skipped over it. I was trying to summarize.
Cool. But you're able to see blurry objects now, and it's getting better.
It's getting better, and it was totally not Yulia's fault, just so you remember.
Wasn't that the skull cap? Wasn't it the first?
It was. Shh.
Yes. I love the skull cap.
You'll have to help me remember. I think Yulia and Malik wanted to check the sundial at a different time, like at under the moonlight or something like that. Correct.
We were
okay.
Your premise was that the last book showed on the 12s of the noon and midnight, and that maybe this book is similar.
So I'm thinking that in the meantime, Yulia's probably passing on the brandy, but she is eagerly snooping around the rest of the room. This is where she likes being.
For sure.
I'll take her ration of the brandy.
I think you've already had my ration of the brandy, Gora.
Yeah, and Gora says that as he's cradling the brandy in his arms.
It's so good that it's making my vision come back, which is not what alcohol usually does to me.
Totally. Yeah, and Malik's still there. He's going to retire unless you have further questions. But he is fine with you snooping around. He would say, if you have other questions, you can stop him. But he would say, anything you need, just ask Armand, and he will be more than happy to oblige.
All right. I think for now, Yulia's happy to snoop on her own. Does she, do I need to roll, or does she find anything particularly interesting?
Give me an example of, what are you looking at? What would you be looking for exactly?
I noticed that he has a lot of war. I don't think paraphernalia is the right word, but he does seem to have a certain scope of interest. So I think she's trying to get a general feel for what kind of guy he is based on what sort of things he collects.
Sure. And so you're in a library, his personal library, which is if I remember how I described it to you before, it's kind of substantial. It's definitely bigger than any private library you've ever seen. It's out of the ordinary. I think we said it had it was floor to ceiling kind of bookshelves with a ladder that slides. The classic,
He's got the Beauty and the Beast library.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not like the great library size, but it's substantial. I don't
for a personal library. Pretty gigantic.
If the room is 30 or 40 feet square, it's an entire wall plus when he leaves, he probably put the book with the compass back on this fancy stone pedestal, for displaying books. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you were to look, you would probably peruse you'd want to take a peek at what kind of books he's got, I would imagine.
Well, yeah, that's exactly it. What kind of? I mean, is it just a general smorgasbord of all topics, or does it seem like he has a particular interest?
Sure. So you're looking through the books. There's a few things that stand out, probably. One is he has some, they're mostly what originals, first editions. Some quite old. Very frail, scrolls. There's probably he probably has scrolls under glass, that kind of thing to protect them. You do see a lot of various some would be military books, it's Art of War kind of vibe, more. There's definitely a lot of philosophy. You see a lot of different stuff. It's stuff that you've never even heard of. You're like, Mer. This stuff in various languages. That's definitely a theme. There's all sorts of languages.
Oh, Sun Tizu.
Exactly. Delicious sun tea. You guys have had enough tea
Does
for
he,
a game.
Does he have other books on various types of magic, or is the Sundial book more unique than anything else?
There's definitely some magic books, although those are probably pretty rare. You could probably assume there might be some magical scrolls in the scrolls. You're not exactly sure. There is one other thing that stands out. He has some are in weird languages, but you can kind of, just from the pictures of them, if you were going to actually peruse them, just pull them off the wall and flip through. Especially languages you don't understand and can't, a lot of these you'd have to pull off the wall because they're not going to have the title on the spine probably. But you find a weird amount of books on vampires.
Suspicious, but okay. Yulia takes note.
He thinks that's funny. Yeah, what else would you see? Yeah, definitely. That's kind of the gist. A lot of random stuff. Other than that,
I think. I mean, I want to give everyone else a chance to go through and do their stuff, so I can certainly hold off. But I think Yulia's going to peruse the books on vampires just to see what lines up versus what is different about what she's heard about these attacks, because the common people seem to think it's vampires, but other people in the know seem to think it's something else. And we've had some interesting activity since we got here, so I think she's going to start looking through the vampire books and just see what she can determine.
She's looking for a book titled "Vampires and Their Patterns of Attack."
Yeah. Vampires and did they do it?
Vampires didn't do it, but if they did, this was what it would look like.
Yeah. Cool. Gorath. Or Gorath is still sitting there drinking. Maybe we'll cut back to McMuffin and see how the...
Every sip he takes, he just goes, "Mwah."
Yeah. How's
cut
that?
back to
How's
the
that
meal.
Yikama omelet going?
Yeah, McMuffin at this point cut up all of the yucamas. Maybe we got 4. He's just gonna throw them in a pot. Maybe there's some butter or something. He's gonna let those saute. And he's just looking at the butler, and he's sort of just, and he says, question.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you so slow? And he's gonna ask again, still wondering why he walks so slow.
And he kind of turns his head slowly to you, and he has a puzzled look on his face. And you can tell he's just like he's giving you the kind of squinty eyes, like he's not exactly sure what you're asking. And he says,
Well,
slow?
McMuffin thinks about it. He's like, oops, I didn't mean to word it like that. I mean, slow as in you walk slow.
And then you can see it's like a weird, very subtle, like almost giggle, but not like it's more like a, but like so subtle. And he says, when you're as old as I am, everything takes longer.
Have you ever thought about getting younger again?
And he for him, he shockingly spins his head to you. Like, that's the first thing he's noticed you said that he's surprised by. And he says, why, yes.
Oh, well, I mean, we have stories about that. And as McMuffin sort of turns away, as he's just casually talking, and he starts talking about the fountain of like youth and all that, or as he's literally flipping whatever the yukata in the pan.
Mm-hmm.
He had salt and pepper.
Sure. Which would be he would have a healthy cabinet of spices that are, colorful and crazy.
Yeah.
Everything you could possibly imagine, brother.
Yeah, and he says, well, all of us actually kind of got younger. And he sort of starts bragging and says, I mean, I also kind of aged up a little bit. My mom would be proud. I have like kind of a 5 o'clock shadow growing. And he sort of points to his face. I mean, I'm kind of cool.
He just kind of nods and goes back stoking the fire.
He's stoked.
Totally stoked.
I mean, yeah, when the water of life actually makes you older, I think you got kind of screwed over. Sorry, McMuffin. I think Yulia did too, but by slightly less.
But he's like at his peak performance. That's the difference. Anyhow, yeah, Muffin's. I'm gonna roll to see if like Muffin actually cooks this decently, because he's gonna try to poach the eggs into the food after like they're sautéed now.
Yeah.
But I rolled dexterity for cooking.
Let's see. I don't know about what is cooking? That's a good one, man. Like, is it kind of wisdom? Because you're not following a recipe. That could be intelligence, but
yeah, it would be wisdom. Intelligence would be following a recipe. Wisdom would just be knowing how to cook something that you're cooking.
Yeah, wing it. Yeah, that sounds right to me. Cool.
Okay, I forgot how to roll them shit.
No need to slash bar, just how 2D whatever.
Yep.
Or,
Got it. 2D -1 then is for me.
Yeah, 2d6 plus wisdom, actually. Seven.
God bless. It's above average.
It is totally edible. That's exactly it. That's McMuffin. That's what I would have come up with too. I would say
just average.
The jicama is probably undercooked. It's a little crunchy. as it can be. So that's your, because it's a success with a problem. So it's like, yeah, you know, and maybe the what was it? The broccoli flower is a little mushy.
I have literally never heard of a fluted pumpkin. I'm gonna have to grow that now.
Wow,
I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
It must be like in the South Asia.
It might be.
Is that what you got? A fluted pumpkin?
Yep.
Yeah, I got fluted pumpkins, whatever that amaranth thing is, which is also from South Asia.
Amaranth is a
parsley,
grain,
wild leek.
I believe.
Well, it's a green.
God, I love leeks, man.
I didn't know wild leeks were edible.
Oh yeah.
And broccoli flower, which I've never heard before.
Is it just the love child of broccoli and cauliflower?
Probably.
Sounds like it.
That's what it sounds like.
Yep, and it's delicious. I love it. Or is
Yeah,
it those little
wild leeks are pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Amaranth again, it's a grain. People grow it and make it into flour and stuff like that. Parsley, obviously. I think everybody who cooks knows what parsley is.
Mm-hmm. There, boom. McMuffin makes a completely decent and edible meal.
Yeah, McMuffin's going to like grab it right off the plate, and he's just gonna say, "Do you want any?"
To Armand,
the butler.
Yeah.
Yes, Armand. I keep forgetting his name.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine. His name is Armand, and he kind of like stands up straight. Is from like, because you're done with the fire, he's kind of like stoking it to let it burn out. And he says, no, thank you, sir. I've already eaten.
Please. I'm going to roll charisma.
Roll charisma.
And Yulia rolled to see if she could smell what was going on in the kitchen.
I would say you could probably get a waft of that. Yeah, for sure.
Well, again, I mean, I'm used to D&D where perception is its own thing. I can never remember where perception goes in World of Dungeons. Is it intelligence? Is it wisdom?
I would think, isn't perception wisdom?
I mean, if we want to,
we're rolling a lot of wisdom.
I'll go ahead and do that.
But you guys, I think perception literally in D&D is wisdom. Like that's your modifier.
Okay.
Because it's more like I recognize something. You guys just roll a lot of wisdom because you want a lot of wisdom things. It's not because like everything is wisdom.
So that would mean that I get a +2 to my roll. So 10, I would assume definitely I can smell something in the kitchen.
Yeah, you can smell that. And McMuffin is terribly charismatic. The butler grabs a wooden spoon from a drawer, offers you one, and this by the time this is over, your food's going to be cold. But hey, man, you do you. And he daintily takes like the smallest little piece of jicama and crunches it, and he says, "Delicious."
Yeah, McMuffin smiles, and sort of gives a loud booyah, and then he starts, like, eating. And I'm not talking daintily. He's just... Imagine a wolf just, like, golfing down a dog on a bone. He's just going at it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe makes a little bit of a mess.
While this is going on, seemingly like very close by, comes a very loud wolf howl, or sounds like a wolf, but it's a howl.
Do all of us hear it?
Oh yeah.
Close by wolf howl, and we're in the city. Yes.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a wolf, but it could have been a dog. You can't really tell, but it definitely sounds animal in nature.
Gorath will go to a window and look outside with his blurry vision.
Cool. And you roll me perception. Actually, roll me wisdom.
Which mine would be 1. Okay, 2d. Okay, well I've got blurry eyes, so it'd be 2d6 plus 1 minus what?
We'll just roll 3d6 plus 1. We'll give you disadvantage. You get a 3. Yeah, so you go up to the window and you can't see shit. And these are pretty big windows. Pretty cool.
Well, Yulia is going to join him with a 10.
Okay. Yulia looks out and sees nothing.
Muffin's going to look at Armin. So, did you hear that?
And he turns to him and he says, "Yes, sir."
Do you usually have wolves around here?
"I don't believe that was a wolf, sir."
Oh. Well, should we be worried?
And he's not exactly sure how to answer that. He kind of gives it a pause and says, "There's always something to worry about, sir."
Fair enough. Muffin's going to keep eating.
And
he's not worried.
Totally. Yulia, you don't see anything, and Garth, you definitely don't see anything.
Yep.
But you hear like a clacking, you do hear something rustling outside, like. Mm-hmm. But it's just you can't really tell what it sounds like. But it's almost like a clacking, but like very faint through the window, and nothing else.
And we can't tell where the sound is coming from. No direction.
No, it sounds like it's near enough, but like you can't see where it's coming from, and it's at that point where like you're like, nah, did I hear it? And then you could ask each other, but like,
yeah, I think Yulia will definitely ask Gorath. Did you hear that? Am I going crazy?
No, I definitely heard that. It was, it sounded like something that made a howling noise. But I can't see anything out there. Other than it looks like there might be in the distance a very faint oak. It's big.
Which, of course, is his own reflection.
Mm-hmm. It's very close.
Let's see. I'm going to do a roll really fast. 10. Okay, I think Yulia, instead of just ignoring it and doing that thing you do when you're asleep at night and you're woken up to a noise, but it's like, I want to go back to sleep, and that's more important to me than determining whether a thief is breaking into my house right now.
Wow.
I think she's overcome that knee-jerk reaction. She's like, all right, I'm going to go outside, or I'm going to go somewhere I can better investigate.
Okay. Yeah. What's that, Garth?
I said I will accompany her.
Okay. I'm assuming so. So Yulia takes Gorath's arm and leads him in a direction. Gorath's other arm is full of brandy.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys make your way through the adjoining room which had more booze in it, and through the entryway, and then outside corridor, which was like an open air corridor, and you go through the front. It's really a front gate, but it's a front door that leads to an open air courtyard. So it's kind of like a double door, thing. And you kind of, you find a little path that leads to towards the library, which is, I suppose, at the back of the house, so you're standing in what is, let's see, I'm going to roll. That's unhelpful, but let's say, it's pretty dark because it's overcast night. It's not completely overcast, but it's cloudy with like a sliver of a moon, let's say. So it's darker than it. It's pretty damn dark. But you can kind of make out some stuff, and you can kind of make your way through that. And now you're standing, let's say, close, like within N feet of where to the window that you were looking at previously. Unless you want to be more cautious than that, you tell me.
I imagine that Yulia, at the very least, is going to try to keep to the shadows or some sort of cover where she can look around.
Okay.
Gorath's just going to try and stay within sight of Yulia.
Okay.
And try to hear help.
So to stay within sight of her, you might have to be on her shoulders.
Yeah.
So where are you standing, Garth? Are you trying to kind of are you looking to draw your sword? What do you guys actually want to do?
Gorath isn't particularly worried about it, so he's just accompanying her and holding onto his brandy and sipping it while it's like a half-hearted attempt at crouching behind a bush with Yulia, but you definitely see the orc standing in the bush. Okay, so
you're and you're taking you're basically slightly bent over, but not really.
Yeah,
I'm just imagining Gorath picking up a branch off of the ground and holding it in front of his face. The rest of his body is open, but his face is covered at the very least.
Yeah, and more time has passed, and you're definitely able to see a little further. You can actually probably see Yulia. She's still a little blurry, but you can, even in the faint dark, you can see her movements pretty clearly.
Okay. And Yulia's got her pistol out, just FYI.
Cool. Yeah, okay.
She's ready.
Cool. And so you guys are just going to you're trying to crouch down and hide-ish and just kind of listen?
Yep. Just try to see what's going on.
Roll me some
perception. A dog.
Roll me perception.
Sorry. Okay.
You rolled. Yeah, exactly. Both of you guys roll. Wow.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
2 snake eyes. That's amazing.
Oh, this is
wow.
Oh no.
So, this is fun. So Gorath, you're crouched over, the bottle in one hand, and maybe you're taking a sip out of it, and maybe you've got your other hand on your knee. You're doing the worst impression of hiding of all time.
Yeah.
And you're looking around and you don't see anything, and you swing over to tell Yulia, and you break the brandy bottle on a tree.
Gorath will now do the howling.
Yep.
Do we hear it? Do I hear it from here?
And this action stuns the shit out of Yulia, and her pistol shoots. please roll dexterity.
Oh no.
Me or Gorath?
No, you are now shooting somewhere.
Well, all
God
right.
help us.
So roll your dexterity. 2d6.
All right.
You can't possibly fail.
I think you do not want to fail on this. Okay, cool.
7.
I was thinking about to shoot someone by accident.
You were going to, for sure. So you shoot, and you miss Gorath, but like not by much. So now you're like pistols, and very close to you guys, you hear the howl again, especially in response to Gorath's howl.
Well, I definitely heard something that time. Now I'm pissed.
Gorath just goes berserker rage because of his smashed brandy bottle.
Totally.
Gorath will replace the bottle with his sword.
Cool.
Muffin, once he heard the howl and the gunshot, he's going to put down his plate and he's going to look at Armin and say, Armin, I'm going to go get Maxwell. By any chance, if we don't come back, keep my food warm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's going to dash to wherever wherever Maxwell is. Where would he be?
He would be in his...
even know?
He wouldn't know, but as you run towards... So you're coming back down this like hallway, also towards the main like vestibule, I guess, with the bar in it. And there are stairs there, and Malik is already, like he's putting on his shirt and his jacket as he's walking, like walking down. Like he looks like he may have been resting or whatever. He's like. It's like, and he looks at you, McBuffett. He's like, "Are you friends hunting?"
I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to assume one of two things. Julius' gun either went off. Gorath possibly screaming because he got shot. Or 3, I don't honestly know. But I believe in them, and they're my friends. So I think we should go check it out.
Cool. And you're saying this as you guys are both like scampering quickly through, through the to the outdoors and around the house.
Yeah. McMuffin has his musket ready.
Yeah. So you pull out your musket. Yulia and Gorath, what are you guys doing?
Angrily looking around for the howly thing.
Hiding behind Gorath, who is looking for the angry thing.
Okay, so you guys are kind of like you're like touching his shoulder, that kind of thing, and you're kind of like both creeping and looking.
I'm like randomly stabbing into bushes.
Okay.
And Yulia's just letting him go first.
Yep. Go ahead, McMuffin.
When we're running out, do I see Yulia and Gorath?
You'll eventually catch up to them. I was just giving them a.
Okay.
I'm just jump cutting.
All right.
Back and forth between you guys to keep the action going here a little. So you guys are Gorath. You guys are moving towards the last sound you heard.
Yep.
Yeah, but probably slowly and stabbily, right? New verb.
Yes, just
cool.
Very stabbily.
Yulia is, again, following behind Gorath, like reloading her pistol as she goes. I don't know how many shots this thing can do at once, but I'm assuming it's one at a time.
Yeah, cool. That's what I would imagine. Cool. And you guys hear something behind you. And you turn, I imagine, in a start, because you guys are probably on, high tense. And you see...
High alert.
You see Malik and McMuffin kind of like jog into view. Go for it.
McMuffin, the moment he sees them, he sort of says, "What's the problem? What's going on?" And he's screaming at the top of his lungs, like spit up his lungs. What's wrong? Who got shot? Everyone okay?
The wolf broke my brandy.
The wolf boy.
Wolf broke my brandy.
The wolf broke my brandy. It's the wolf's fault.
Yep. And Malik looks at the tree.
Okay?
Sorry, go ahead.
Wait, so you're all okay then?
For
No.
now, I'm sure.
Okay, relatively okay.
Everything's bad now.
Gorath, we can always replace your brandy,
No, we
right,
can't.
Max?
And Malik looks at the tree and picks up a piece of the glass from the bottle, and probably says literally like, "No use crying over spilled brandy," or something lame like that.
But it's the best brandy. It is rare, and I can't find it in the places that I usually get brandy.
And he says, "And now we'll probably never see this again. But it's okay. I have other things that we can drink."
Like the blood of a wolf.
Maybe as a soup, but probably not by raw. Speaking of which, where have you seen this wolf?
I don't know that the blood of your enemies has the same alcohol content as brandy.
Survival check?
You're looking for the wolf?
Yes.
Go for it.
Alright, that's gonna probably... A survival would be wisdom, so...
Yeah, it's usually wisdom or con. I don't know. Con is usually survival, though, so wisdom seems right.
I'm using my con, then.
I got a 10 looking for where the wolf is.
Yeah, cool.
That's 5.
And a 5.
And a 5. So, well, like, no one, you guys definitely can't see anything. Gorath, roll me perception. And let's say you can roll just like straight up 2d6.
Come on, 7.
Okay, close enough. Gorath looks up, and there's like a little bit of a stonework, up in the back, up to like what looks like stairs up to like a stone patio, and Gorath sees a pair of crimson eyes in the dark, just like literally in the darkness, just light up.
Oscar, shush.
Yulia, you do not see this.
Of course not.
So we see eyes?
You do see some crimson-colored eyes.
It's the red eye thing again.
And I'll point.
I look. What do I see?
You see nothing. You think Gorath's lost his mind. He's drunk, probably.
McMuffin's going to pat Gorath in the back and say, "Gorath, if I shoot in that direction, will it go away?"
I don't know that. I don't know what he's afraid of or what he likes. He might like the sound of fire.
Well, we won't know until we try. McMuffin's going to aim his gun in that direction that Gorath pointed, and he's going to fire.
Cool. Roll me some dex.
Yulia ducks.
I possibly cannot fail this roll, trust me.
Oh,
Never say never.
Told you I couldn't
Not
fail.
with this GM.
okay. I was going to be like, you're not going to hit nothing unless you roll really well. I'm going to say that's good enough.
13? Yeah, I'd say so.
Roll me some damage.
That's like above average. Ooh, that's like 1d6, right?
Well, you almost critted.
Actually, I forgot. I thought 13 and plus was a crit.
It is, but like 2/6 is like straight up crit. You know what I mean? Like, you got there. That's why I'm giving it to you. So
question.
Yeah, I can't remember the musket. What was?
I forgot
musket?
what damage is.
I'm looking it up.
I gotta find that.
You So 2d6. No, just d6 plus 2.
Okay.
Plus any pluses to damage you get with your character.
Yeah. Do you have any to hits? I don't know that we have to.
Well, I have. I do have dex. So would it add my dex?
No.
Like for example, like skirmish gives you +1 damage.
Oh yeah. Do you? I can't remember what you have, McMuffin.
I have.
I'm looking.
I have not checked my character sheet for a minute, so I apologize.
It's okay.
I have
played forever.
Leadership. I have skirmish, lucky, and pet.
Yep.
I just realized. Yeah, I got skirmish.
You just realized you were going to ask me about Birdie.
Yeah, I just realized I forgot about Birdie. Birdie's probably somewhere around.
No, he is. Cool. So
anyhow,
yeah, I'll get to Birdie. Roll me that. D6 plus 2.
+1. Again.
Oh, and +1 because of skirmish. You're right.
Oh, yeah. Come on, minimum damage.
That is awesome. But you hear a yelp. Like and then
we got something.
And then a growl, and Gorath, you see the eyes disappear into the darkness.
Nice shot, McMavin. Looks like you got it.
We did, but we should probably go after it.
I couldn't see it no more.
If we shot it, then it must leave some trail. Everything bleeds.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're probably right.
Well, unless you're a ghost. Anyway.
I say we go inspect the place where McMuffin shot.
Cool.
I'm alright with that.
Can one of us follow a sea to find a trail if they left any?
Sure.
Well, I know a half orc. I mean, that seems like it might be something I could be good at.
So now roll me survival, which will be con. Whoever wants to.
I have the survival skill.
Even better.
Done. D6 plus 2.
Yeah, love this. Cool. So before you do this, Malik's here, and he's like, at first he was like, he would have said like, I have neighbors. What the fuck are you shooting at? But when he hears the yelp, he's like, what the fuck was that? Because he didn't see it either. Malik could not see this. He's like, what were you shooting at? Because you guys didn't. You did tell him about the wolf thing. So he's probably hip to this.
Yeah, he knows about the red eyes that I've seen. Just
and
around.
You mentioned it, and you would have said, did you say it out loud? Like, you did say it, like, there's
I think so.
The eye thing again. And so he will also help like lead you up. So these stone steps that go up to this like stone. It's a stone platformed patio kind of thing off the back of the house. And Gorath is doing some survival wackiness. There's definitely some blood on the ground.
Gorath will do the standard, like, pokes his finger in it and licks it.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely blood.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know, Gorath, you tell me. Is it like normal blood? I'm assuming you are enough of a connoisseur to tell the difference.
Does Gorath, I guess that'd be a wisdom. to see if I can if I.
Oh yeah!
Wow!
Just fun.
Wow.
Do I recognize the taste of this blood?
You really do. You're like, you taste this and you're like, is someone pitching woo? You're like, it tastes like dog blood. It tastes like the same blood that you gave. Didn't you kill a puppy or something for Yulia?
What?
Oh no!
I don't remember that.
You don't?
I remember this baby. Was it in the town of
Yeah,
it was in town. I think with Muffin.
You guys were sharing a room.
Oh yeah, at the end.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, it was a dog. Yeah, I killed a dog.
Oh god. Oh god.
It's all connected.
And I brought it as a gift.
You really did.
Yeah.
And Muffin saw it.
Good job,
Just random-
Gorath. That's the fastest way to a woman's heart is kill a dog.
Somehow
Present it to her.
I have the worst memory, but I seem to always remember Gorath's things.
That's a compliment. Gorath,
It
you
is.
should be proud.
Tastes like dog.
Oh god.
Where is Birdie right now?
So Birdie is probably, like on your shoulder, or maybe you perched him in the library, your choice.
My shoulder. Okay.
He's on your shoulder?
I'm going to look at Birdie. Yes.
Okay. McMuffin's going to? Go ahead.
He's going to look at Birdie and say, Birdie, could you find and see if you see any blood trails nearby?
And
He's
so...
going to sort of like let him go.
Okay. Like, are you going to, like, throw him into the air or sit him on the ground? What are you doing?
Throw him in the air and like have him go search.
Okay, so, like, you probably put your finger down for him to get off, or you, like, is that how you're doing it? Like, off your shoulder, or you just...
No, he has like I think he has his arm out, and he like sort of I think Birdie will like jump onto his arm, and then like a quick motion, Muffin sort of throws his arms up in the air, and Birdie sort of flies off.
Okay, so
with momentum.
Yeah, you do this, and there's a little. He jumps on your arm, and it's aggressive, and he has a third talon now. I don't remember if you guys remember that. So he grabs you with all three talons, and it hurts.
Ow.
And you pitch him up into the air, and he kind of flies, just like hovering above you. And then it's almost like he coughs. It's like a kind of like like and a little bit of fire comes out of his beak.
Muffin blinks for a minute, and he says, "Huh, I don't remember Birdie to do that." I'll think about that later. Anyway, look for that
I
dog.
don't want to eat that anymore.
And Birdie
Kung
just
Pao Toucan.
no doubt it's spicy. George Costanza spicy. Birdie just kind of flaps and then like lands on this really nice statue that's like like kind of on the corner of the patio, like it's like it's really ornate stone, well carved, and it looks kind of like a gargoyle. It's pretty rad.
Do we see it from the distance? From where we're standing?
Birdie is basically telling you to fuck yourself. He's not going anywhere. He's just
Some familiar you are.
yeah, and he probably takes a crap on the statue. I'm guessing.
Big Muffin, I'm gonna roll to see if Big Muffin picks up on any of that.
Cool.
Wisdom. Nope. He gets an idea that Birdie is just telling him that he doesn't know, but he doesn't get the vibe that he's going to tell him to fuck off.
Right, or no. I mean, he's just not going to go do what you asked him to do. and Malik looks at you. He's like, "You gonna clean up after your bird?"
I'm sure Armin can do it, right? And he smiles cheekily as he turns away.
And he says, "I suppose." And he's like, "If that's even a bird, like, what is that thing?"
It flocks like a bird, it flies like a bird, and they're my best friend.
Yeah, with 3 talons that spits fire. It's nice.
I mean, magical gargoyles, fallen clerics,
Maybe it's
and
cold.
we've been turned into zombies and ghosts. So I think anything is possible now.
It really
Also,
is.
we got blown up multiple times.
You guys have had an interesting time of it lately.
It's been an interesting week.
Maybe
So-
birds don't take too kindly to death like the people does.
Yeah, I wonder what Birdie gave up.
Maybe we'll find out. Ominous laugh.
Ha 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 ha.
And Malik kind of very spryly just kind of, "I'll be right back," and he's just kind of like, "I want to take a peek. I'll see," he's just kind of booking around the grounds because he knows them well. And he's trying to get an eye of anything. And he comes back after like a minute and just says, "I don't see anything out there."
I mean, is that something you rolled for, or should we roll for it?
Well, like, I was rolling for him, but he didn't see anything. But you guys can take a peek if you'd like.
Does the blood trail lead anywhere in particular, or does it end somewhere?
Yeah, if you guys want to follow it.
Yeah.
Cool. So, and
I mean,
you can...
Gorath has a grudge against this dog now, so...
Well, yeah. It broke his brandy.
No
It
doubt.
did.
It's all the dog's fault.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so you guys follow it, and it leads down. There's a stone path to what looks like a small pond. It's probably not small. It's a large pond with a number of houses surrounding it, that kind of thing. And the blood just kind of stops along the way. The trail.
Well, it either bred out and kept going, or it heals up pretty quick.
And you
Does it
definitely
lead directly? Does it lead directly into the pond, or does it go off to the side?
It doesn't. It just completely disappears. Like you don't see like a trail off the path because it's stone. On the stone, you definitely see blood tracks of that. What looks like like a hound or a dog or whatever in the blood. So you're definitely that. But it kind of suspiciously ends before it gets to the
Julia
lake.
looks up.
Okay, good.
Flying wolf creature.
Oh, flying! You guys are just. I've scarred you with the with the rockatoos.
Everything flies.
You literally, you guys see nothing, and you're not sure how it, what happened.
And we can't hear anything? There's no sound of whimpering or more howling?
Nope.
Well, at least
And there's a pond in front of
it's got a bullet in him for the brandy.
Mm. That was a good shot. Like, McMuffin is just clearly a marksman. You have an uncanny skill with... You roll decks very well.
He's skillful. Question. McMuffin's going to put down his bag, and he's going to look at the pond. Do you see any ripples in the pond?
Let's find out. You don't see ripples. You see, like, maybe at this particular moment, because that was a pretty high roll, the moon is out, and you can see, it doesn't look like it's been displaced, but there are definitely some, like, just like a little bit of movement. But it doesn't look like anything's been in. You know what I mean? If you were asking, like, does it look like something's just jumped in here and disrupted the water, the answer is no.
Went in. Okay. Well, when in doubt, give it a try anyway. McMuffin's going to drop his gun and just drop everything he has on him. And he's going to take off his shoes, and he's going to take a couple steps back, and he's going to leap right into the water.
Right on. Because the last time you did this, it ended so fucking well. Feet first or head first?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Head first, because he got a his fucking head last time he did it.
Yep. Cool. Let me think about this one for a second. What did I...
Athletics.
Yeah, it really would be athletics.
We could certainly take a break if you wanted to regroup, just because we've been at this for a little longer than an hour at this point.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, but like McMuffin wants to jump in the water. Let's have McMuffin roll dex, because I think that's the closest thing to athletics, unless you have athletics.
No.
10.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, you tell me how your jump goes. Are you jumping feet first? Or are you cannonballing? That'd be pretty fun.
He's gonna sort of like dive.
Okay.
9.5 out of 10 swan dive.
Okay.
Swan dive into a pond that he's not familiar with at night.
Yep. I mean, he's lucky he already rolled, so like he's gonna be fine. Yeah, so you do kind of like an almost impressive, like, the West German judge was a dick, gave you like a 6. But like, the rest of straight 8s, man, like across the board, like not bad. Cool.
Woo.
And then
Your coach is still pissed off at you, though.
Exactly. And you can see, like, Malik is just now very confused. He's like, night swimming is a thing with you too. You guys like to hunt at nights? Full surprises you three. And then he kind of calls to McMuffin. He says, "A, neighbors. B, it's 11:30.
But what about the wolf?
I don't. And he says, "We can stay out here if you want. Do you want to chase wolves or do you want to check out this book?"
Oh, yeah. Yulia kind of, like, half remembers, oh, yeah, we're doing that thing.
And now we'll take a break.
Okay.
Yulia, you're right there with me. I was just trying to get us to that. But I wasn't expecting...
Okay.
I wasn't expecting McMuffin to jump in the lake. But I should have by now. I love that.
It's been too long.
It really has. I'm off my game. Cool. So McMuffin is soggy and wet. You guys have a half hour to get back to the book if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I imagine Yulia's in kind of a rush. Like, oh yeah, ignore this totally weird, creepy thing that just happened. I have to check my book.
Mm-hmm.
just rushes back into the room, into the house.
Cool. So we'll break, and you guys are making your way back into the house.
Making our way to the house, getting a book to look in the moonlight.
Nice. Now we have a theme song.
Nice.
All right, 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Cool. So, McMuffin,
Yes.
you were wearing your elaborate clothes into the pond, were you not?
Yes, he was.
Yes, okay. Just checking. So, I imagine McMuffin, are you, like, trudging through, I'm going to say some mud and whatever. You grab your shoes, you're dripping wet. And you're just walking up to the house?
Yep.
Cool. Everyone else is probably a little before you.
Probably.
Yeah.
They're probably. I'm just trying to get they're like, oh, McMuffin, he'll find his way. Cool. Cool. So you guys are just headed back to the library. I take it.
Yep.
Cool.
As far as I know.
Well, Malik would be just trudging ahead. He definitely wants to see what's going on with this. It kind of leads you guys, back through the. It's still dark. Whatever, you're fine. He just Armand is nowhere to be seen, and you guys make your way through back to the library. I imagine McMuffin is. Dragging pond muddy feet and dripping water throughout the house.
He's going to for a minute look around and say, "Where's Armand? Maybe he can wash my clothes."
Cool.
Poor Armand.
Poor Armand.
When he gets a bell, he'll call him.
Totally. Cool. So it's it's probably quarter to midnight. You guys probably have 10 minutes if you wanted to talk about what's going on and figure out your plan for this little maneuver.
10 minutes to midnight.
Yeah. And maybe
I imagine Yulia is more concerned with getting set up and being ready for when the moment comes. So maybe just between Gorath and McMuffin and Malik.
Cool. So Malik's gonna defer to you guys and probably you, Yulia, because you've already broken this code once. The book's just sitting there on the display, he's kind of giving you the hand signals, no, you, what do we do? What is it you guys wanted to do with this?
As for Yulia, she's concentrating on the book. She's trying to get it into the light. She's trying to look through it and see if anything is changing. And then periodically
asking what you wanted. You're taking the lead on the book, and I think Gorath wants to see because magic is cool.
Yeah. And maybe Malik is going to be asking, so last time you said, with the previous book, what was it, right around midnight? What is it, did you feel like it was a moon thing? Was there, and you said page 12, there was 2 page 12s? And then I think you said just words appeared, yes?
I believe so.
Okay. Do we need to open it, or do we need to keep it shut? Is there and now he's feeling kind of foolish. He's I don't know what to do.
I think Yulia is probably doing both of those. She's looking back at the front, and then if the front isn't doing anything, she's flipping through the pages to page 12, see if there's anything she can see. She's kind of going back and forth, trying to figure out what changes, if anything.
Mm-hmm. And okay, so again, like you guys are looking at the cover, and the cover is this weird thing. It looks like it's hard to kind of place what it is, but the compass is very like dark and almost blurry, right? I think we talked about that before, but it's been so long, and it just looks kind of weird. It's not like the other one that literally looked like an actual compass, sundial. I keep saying compass, but I mean sundial. And you leaf through the pages, 5 minutes before midnight, and they're still all blank. McMuffin, what you said you wanted to try something? Were you going to do something?
McMuffin. Well, at this point, McMuffin's sort of sitting in the library. He's soaking wet. He's going to walk over and say, well, maybe we should just wait. And mind you, he's like soaking wet. Mm-hmm. So, and I think he also kind of like starts thinking that now. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think
cool.
Yulia's willing to wait, the extra few minutes, but she's definitely doing that thing where you're on the internet and you're just constantly refreshing a page because there's going to be an update soon, but you just you can't wait for it. Mm-hmm. So that's the book equivalent of what she's doing.
Cool. And so you guys are kind of probably all just like standing around this thing, kind of peering at it, right? Like, and flip. Occasionally, like one of you will like flip the pages and that sort of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. So it's sitting there, and maybe none of you are touching it, and maybe it's closed. And one of Malik's clocks strikes 12. Let's say he has a clock. I don't know. And on the cover, and maybe this is... it's probably McMuffin that noticed this first. Just because you see something that's kind of familiar. On the cover, all of a sudden you can see like a faint silver, what looks like almost like a silver piece. Appears.
A piece is in
a
coin?
Yeah, like a coin. But like the compass, it looks distraught, like it looks distant, dark, and blurry, but the book also on the cover, it has it like there's a little wave.
And
this,
can McMuffin like drag his hand through it?
Yes. Well, you can do whatever you want. You can touch it.
Yeah, McMuffin's going to press his hand against it. And say, what is this?
Yeah, so you touch it, and it ripples like water.
Whoa! McMuffin's going to now start patting it.
Yeah, cool. And this looks familiar to you because it kind of almost looks like the silver coin that lodged in your head when you dove in the infinity pool.
Yeah, that thing. It's still in his head, by the way.
What do you
looks familiar. Yulia, what do you? I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah, I don't know either. I have, let's see, decipher, heal, lore, bless, cure, vision. Maybe lore.
What are you trying to do?
Trying to figure out what the hell is going on if it looks familiar.
Okay. Roll it.
For lore, what would I do? 3d6 and take the two highest?
Yep. Okay.
So that would be a 7.
So, I mean, you definitely... You kind of look at it, and maybe you take the book up and put it, kind of like like angle it in the light a little bit. Mm-hmm. And now with the silver piece and like, it starts to kind of make more sense. It looks like the book is actually like a picture of the infinity pool, but it was so like plain before, and that's why the book just looked weird, because it looked like it had an angle to it or something, but it just didn't make sense. But right now in this light and at this time, and especially with the rippling, it's clear that the cover is the infinity pool to you, and you would remember that because you've been to the infinity pool. Infinity fountain, I'm sorry. And just do
you think
that? And by infinity fountain, I don't know if you guys remember, but that was in the square in the city. I'm not talking about the cleric's pool thing.
Okay. Do you think that maybe it's telling us to go to the infinity pool right now?
Who are you asking?
He's just saying that in general.
Meta or to another character?
To like all of the characters here, like to Goref and Yulia.
I feel like that would be a wisdom or an intelligence, maybe.
To like ascertain if that's a good idea or not. I don't think you need to roll for that.
Yeah, he's more so like thinking about if it makes sense or not.
Yes. No. Maybe. What do you think, Yulia?
I mean, unless we have any other leads, it's worth a shot. As far as you are concerned.
The inside of it say anything?
Flip through and see if it does, if any of the pages have altered.
And is it just you, Euler, or is everyone kind of like flipping pages? Like, what are you guys kind of doing?
I mean, you only need one person to flip the pages, but maybe everyone is looking on.
Yeah.
I will definitely be looking over her shoulder.
Cool. Mm-hmm. What about you?
So will Muffin.
Cool. So as you're flipping through pages, everybody roll me just a d6.
1d6.
Whew! Damn.
Awesome.
Damn.
McMuffin is vacuuming now.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, I'm vacuuming in the bathroom. my
Cool.
brother's vacuuming.
Cool. So, in like his, actually McMuffin rolls like shit. It's probably because in his mind he's vacuuming.
True.
He actually gets water all over the book. Like, you know, he's like peering over and like something drips off onto the book. And yeah, you see you and Gorath, who can now he can basically read, apparently, because of the sex.
Apparently.
Nice job. You guys definitely see some text like you did last time, hilariously. And the text just says, take me for a swim.
Take it for a swim.
Yulia is horrified. Everybody knows you don't take books into the bath with you.
Yeah, you were probably pissed at McMuffin for getting water all over it.
Exactly.
You're going to... Oh, there's no ink. Oh!
Oscar.
Well, I mean, this might just be our option to go to the pool. I.e., the infinity pool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's picky about where it takes a bath?
Good question.
Well, I mean, if it's showing a picture of the infinity pool, That's probably the place where I want to take a swim.
Oh, is it a picture? Is it of the infinity pool?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well then,
Yeah, I think that's probably right. In my opinion.
So, should we head there now?
I suppose so. I don't think Yulia is getting
All
any
right.
sleep at this point.
And Malik is gonna.
That's awesome.
Malik's very excited. He sees the text. He's like, "That's amazing." He's like, "I would have never figured that out." and he looks at McMuffin. He's like, "Way to wake up my neighbors with the pool." No, really, in the pond. That was actually hilarious.
Thank you. But if you by any chance have any extra spare clothes, I'd appreciate it a lot.
And he says, "Sure." And he rings the bell. And has Armand get you some clothes. And an hour later,
Aw, he's gonna give Armin a hug.
yeah, exactly. Armand, because Armand was just in the entryway with a mop, cleaning up your mess. And he had already brought a robe for you.
Better than nothing.
Yep, totally good.
Yeah, we're good. We'll take it.
Okay,
Puts it on.
cool. And it's a nice robe too. Like it's, what color is it? I don't know what color it would be.
Baby blue.
Okay, the classic. That's what color my robe is. So there you go. Armand gives you my robe. How about that? Cool. So you guys want to just? What do you want to do?
let's take the book for a swim at the infinity pool.
Cool.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, and
Sounds
so like
good to me too.
he's like, that definitely looks. Malik says that definitely looks like the infinity pool. Let's go. And so you guys head out. So you're still up on the hill, walking down, and you hear a howl.
Well, we should probably ignore this one.
That goddamn dog is back.
And Malik is like, what is it with this dog?
Maybe it just wants to talk to us. Or maybe it doesn't want to talk to us.
Well, you hear it in the distance. You guys want to just continue ignoring it? Or do you want to just like quicken your pace? What kind of reaction do you guys want to have?
McMuffin
God.
is gonna just keep continuing his pace. Last time they tried chasing after it clearly didn't want to be talked to, and it clearly avoided them, so it's probably just following them. Whatever that reason is, they don't know, but he's okay with that.
And McMuffin, you're now wearing a robe. Did you take your pack and your musket, or did you leave those behind?
No, he took his pack and his musket, but like he has a robe on.
Yeah. Okay.
I hope he took it. I just assumed he took it.
Cool. So you guys are just kind of like, nothing to see here. We're just going to keep moseying by?
Yeah. So far, it hasn't done anything bad other than howl and be creepy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think Gorath would be that worried. He just doesn't like it.
Cool.
Well, if it tries to attack us, we'll just, kill the crap out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds easy enough.
Cool. So you guys keep walking, and then you hear the howl again, but it's behind you.
Fuck off, dog!
I envision you guys are just like walking at a speed walking pace, just like yelling back at some dog in the back, but just like completely turning your backs to it and just.
Well, Gorath will be keeping his eyes open.
Do you guys have your weapons drawn? Are you loaded musket?
I think Gorath would have his sword out for the opportunity to kill the dog that killed his brandy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not it's not like, I don't think Gorath is going to chase it.
Okay. Yulia, you and McMuffin, how do you guys feel about this?
Yulia definitely has her pistol out.
Okay.
McMuffin is just walking. He's not armed. He's not worried. He shot it once, so it knows that we're a threat.
Mm-hmm.
At least he's assuming that.
Cool. Cool. So you guys tell me your pace. Tell me what you're doing. Malik's not sure what's going on. He keeps kind of looking around. You see him kind of walking backwards, taking a peek behind you guys. But he's following you.
A moderate, a good pace, a decent pace towards the infinity pool.
Cool. You guys, so you're walking. You guys walk down. You're walking down a big hill. You can kind of see down, because this is like Rich Man's Hill. It's got a nice view of like the city center. Like you can see the Yulia's. You know, they probably have some sort of light. And you're still, you're like 5-10 minutes from this thing still. And another minute goes by, and you hear a howl again, but it's in front of you.
Oh, God.
And I don't know if you guys like come like that would be a little weird. Maybe you come to an abrupt stop, or no, or are you just going to keep moving?
McMuffin's going to like step forward and say, I don't know who's howling, but honestly, I'm kind of tired. Can you just like come out, please?
Yulia rolled an 11 for perception.
Cool.
Where is the howl coming from?
You
and
definitely
can she see it?
Yeah, so you definitely heard the howl. It's like, it sounded like, it's close, right? Like, but it's not like in your face, but it was in front of you, maybe, your bet, because of the 11, you'd guess like a couple 100 feet at best.
A couple 100 feet?
Mm-hmm. That's where it sounded like, like it's that thing where it's like it's close, and you could tell the distance. Like that would be your guess, like But you guys are walking down like a well. I should describe this better. So it's like dirt path up on a hill. Actually, this is probably not. This probably has some cobblestone all the way down because it's rich people. And then like. You're walking past houses, some, but it's well wooded. Like it's the medieval equivalent of a tree lined street, right? Like that kind of thing. So there's thickets of bushes and wood like it's not woods, but it's like rich people houses would have probably a number of. Trees and such between them.
Well, Gorath will definitely use his perception.
Do it.
To try and see if he sees the glowing eyes that he now associates with this howl.
Mm-hmm.
+1. Well,
Ouch. Not so much.
That is a rough roll.
You do not see the eyes.
What a shocker.
right.
But you do hear the claw clackety again. And Oscar.
And Oscar.
Are you moving or stopping?
I think Gorath would stop after hearing the claws.
Probably Yulia, too.
Same as McMuffin.
Cool. Malik kind of... He kind of like walks in front of you guys towards the thing and says, "You guys keep moving. I think I can get this. I'm going to take a peek. Just keep moving." And he kind of darts off into the brush.
Oh.
Did you want to follow him, Gorath?
Do we all see this?
Yeah, he literally tells you guys keep going to the fountain. I'll catch up. And he just kind of weirdly quickly darts into the brush, into the darkness.
McMuffin's going to follow. He's going to follow. That's suspicious.
Okay.
And he's curious
I feel like
too.
Yulia. Yeah, I feel like Yulia will actually continue on to the fountain.
Okay. Gorath?
Now Gorath is torn.
Mm-hmm.
Whose leadership do you trust? Pick your choice.
Well, I like to fight stuff, and I don't like to dog. Howling.
I think his grudge will make him go into the brush to go after the thing.
Cool.
Yeah, you go ahead, Yulia. I just I have to kill the thing.
So Yulia's on her own.
Good luck.
No need it.
So, Yulia, what do you do?
I have my loaded pistol, sort of up and ready to go. But yeah, she's booking it. She's trying to keep an eye on her surroundings, but get to her objective.
Cool. And like, how are you feeling? Are you feeling a little nervous, or are you just excited to get this fucking book in the water?
Oh, let's see. That would be a +1. Yulia's freaking the fuck out. But she's going.
Okay, so I imagine, like, you've got pistol out, and you're like, any noise you hear, the pistol is going in that direction, but you're like, you're just keeping a very steady pace.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Okay, cool. Got it. Cool. I'm gonna say, just because of the timing of it, McMuffin is like, I'm going after Malik, and he disappears into the woods, into the dark, and then Gorath was probably standing there for 20 seconds, said his thing, and then he's off as well, right?
Yeah.
Cool. That gives me, I just wanted like a, where you guys are standing. Cool. So you're like, you guys are in, this looks like a field, like it's like a small, like, it's like a wooded, large, part field, farmish land like thing, and then you can see a big house, but you're in kind of that middle ground of woodland scene. McMuffin, you can't see anybody else yet. What are you doing? You don't see Malik and you don't see Gorath yet.
Can I hear anything? Can I make a perception check?
Absolutely. Cool. You don't hear anything in front of you. Ergo, where you saw, like the trajectory that Malik was on, but you can hear Gorath coming.
Okay, McMuffin is just going to follow the path that he assumed that Malik went down.
Cool. Gorath, what are you doing?
Quietly. Mm-hmm. He's going to actually stealth, by the way.
Gorath will go in the general direction that he saw Malik going and try and listen for the beastie.
Yeah, so are you walking with purpose, slowly? How are you guys doing?
McMuffin is going stealthily. He's trying to not be noticed.
Yeah.
Gorath is going to be moving quickly to try to make up some time.
Okay, cool. So Gorath, you're coming along and you hear a growl.
Gorath will look to see again. Oh my god, it's the same roll.
You're trying to find where he is. And you literally can't see him, but you can hear him. You can hear some brush moving, and you can hear the clacking. Do you stop moving? Do you keep moving? What do you do?
Gorath will stop moving and begin swinging the sword wildly.
Cool. Yulia, what are you doing?
Yulia's booking it, and again, she's like every tiny sound in the forest or the surrounding area, she's like pointing her pistol to, but she's moving.
Mm-hmm. And from a distant behind you, and way too close to you, Gora, you hear a booming howl.
A booming howl.
Yep.
Gorath and or Yulia both?
Everyone hears it, but Yulia, you hear it from far behind you, and you probably look back, right? You're like, oh shit.
See, I don't see that at all. I think Yulia is just like, nope, not looking back, going forward.
Yep, cool.
Keep moving on. Yep.
That was really what I was asking. And I'm doing this in real time, but in 3 different spots, or 4.
Right.
McMuffin, you hear it behind you.
Yeah, McMuffin's just going to look behind him and say, honestly, if you're not going to... And he's just... This time he has a sort of stone cold face. He says, okay. And he's going to just say quietly, if you're not going to say anything, I'm going to keep walking. And then, in fact, he's actually going to, be stealthy, so he's just going to, try to make sort of, hide himself.
Who are you talking to? I don't get it.
He's talking out loud, because he just hears howling, and he's kind of frustrated with the howling, and no one's seeing anything. Yeah. So he literally just says, if you have nothing important to say, then don't talk to me.
Cool. And then... So what are you going to do? You're just going to... Are you standing there? What are you doing?
He's actually trying to sneak. He's still trying to follow Malik's pathway.
Okay, cool. So you're stealthily moving forward.
Yes.
And you basically... you were going to walk right by him, but he's like, shh. Malik's standing a foot from you, in the brush. You didn't see him. and he's like, should we go back?
Well, that thing's nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should wait for it.
Okay.
In fact,
yeah.
Muffin drops his he picks up his musket and he sort of readies it, and he's going to shoot whenever the sound comes out again.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Did you get that?
I did. Sorry, I was taking a drink. Right on. Gorath, that howl came right at your feet somewhere, within 15 feet of you somewhere.
Do I see the thing yet?
Now you see its red eyes in the dark.
Okay. Gorath will let out a battle cry and will swing at it.
Do it.
Charge at it the extra 15 feet and then just swing the sword mightily.
Cool.
Roll strength, 2d6 plus 3.
Come on. Yeah.
Awesome.
Ooh, yeah.
Roll me some damage.
So, 1d6.
Snake eyes.
Ooh, cool. All right, sorry, I was checking on something. Right on. You get... this thing is, in the dark. It's all you can really see is its eyes. It's crazy. But you aim for the eyes, probably, right?
Yep.
You definitely hit it. You hear it, your sword catch a little, bone resistance even,
Mm-hmm.
And you hear a growl and a yelp. Hold on. I gotta check my bump. Cool. And so this thing just rips into your arm with its teeth. It definitely feels like it is strong as hell, and it cranks on your arm, on your sword arm, for 9 damage.
Ouch.
Can you roll me a straight up 2d6. Cool. You drop your sword. You can't hold on with that.
You said 9 damage?
Yeah. What do you have now for hit points? You're in the 30s, I think, right? Huh?
My total hit points were 23 and...
So 14.
14.
Ooh. That's going to be rough. And do you yell out, or is this just no big deal to you? You tell me.
Oh, yeah. Just, bastard. Thing, invisible dog, piece of shit.
If Yulia wants to roll perception to see if she can hear that or not, she probably can't.
I'll go ahead and roll it. +2. 10.
You hear it.
I hear it.
And you know it's
Yulia runs faster.
Yup. Away from Gorath's yell. Smart. McMuffin, what are you doing? You definitely
Does
hear
McMuffin
this.
hear
Yeah, you're definitely
the howl?
close enough. You heard the howl and Gorath's howl.
McMuffin's going to aim his gun in that direction, and he's going to look at Max. Say, Max, you have a torch? Could you light that for me?
And Malik does not have a torch.
Well, he's going to say, dig in my backpack. I should have a torch. Maybe my inventory might actually have one. Let me check what I do. I have a lantern. Oh, actually, I have a lantern. Shit. Yeah, McMuffin's going to just hand him his backpack and say, lit this lantern as he readies his gun, and he's going to shoot in the direction that the howl came from.
So you want him to throw this lantern?
No, he just wants him to hold it so he can see in the dark.
Okay.
Do not throw the lantern in the forest.
Okay, I wasn't sure, because, so Malik is looking at you like you're nuts, eh? He lights the torch, and he sticks it right in your face.
Not in my face. Not in my face. Obviously, he's sort of like kind of frustrated. Obviously, give me light, but don't put it in my face.
He still doesn't understand how you're going to see better with a bright light source near you in the dark. But he's standing there like a jockey right now.
Go over to where that howl was.
Okay.
Please.
And then he just starts running with the lantern towards me.
Yeah.
He's done with you.
Yeah, McMuffin's going to follow suit, and as he gets closer, when he gets close enough, I'm assuming he's going to like see the outline of what's going on. I'm
not sure you're that close, but after Malik gets about 10, 15 feet from you, like in a full sprint, and he hucks this lantern like really high and really far. Surprisingly, like he's pretty strong.
Does an audible gasp because he was not expecting that. He says, "Well, if we're going to do it that way, he's going to aim wherever that howl comes from, and he's going to shoot."
Yep, he threw it towards the howl. So you're doing you're both doing the same thing.
Oh, well, I'm gonna aim to shoot anyway.
Roll it. I'm gonna say this is going to be disadvantaged. So roll me 3d6 plus your stuff, because because I'm gonna laugh my ass off if you roll really well. That's cool. But no,
I rolled 5.
Yep.
Oh God.
Oh well.
Cool. So roll me some damage.
Oh dear.
It was d6 plus 2?
Plus 3.
Plus 3.
Cool.
Booyah! I might actually kill Maximilian. Whatever.
And all you hear is...
Ooh, I hit.
You hear Malik say, "Fuck you!"
Sorry! I got bandages. We'll be okay. We got a cleric.
Far away from you, you have a cleric.
Cool. Well, I mean, you shot someone, so that's good. Gorath, you can no longer see the eyes, but you can hear the growl from the brush.
Gorath, Gorath will look around for his sword first. Is the sword immediately visible, or should I do a perception?
Give me a perception.
7.
Mm.
Cool. As you're like, you start quickly like looking around, and maybe you're even like crouched down, like feeling around for it. And a lantern comes like out of nowhere, and let me hold on. And hits you right in the head for 1 damage. You're now down to...
Question: don't lanterns have like oil in them and are lighted by fire?
Yeah, but
is Gorath on fire right now? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm wondering that. Or it's going to turn on fire or something?
He has had a lot of brandy this evening.
It's true. His breath could catch on fire. I rolled Die of Fate. the lantern is made of, I'm going to say tin, maybe, and doesn't explode or anything. And just hits him in the head, falls to the ground, and lights up his sword.
Ow! Oh, there it is. The bastard dog is throwing lanterns.
Exactly. What do you want to do?
I will pick up my sword and pick up my sword and Gorath. What would Gorath do?
There's also
Gorath
a burning.
will charge.
There's also a lantern standing right next to you.
Yep. Gorath will disregard the lantern entirely, and will just the last place that he heard the growling, he will charge at swinging.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So do your roll, but let's do disadvantage for this one because you can't see him.
6 plus 3, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Cool. Roll me some damage.
That's
Come on. Whoo.
What do you got? Oh, yeah. Cool. 1 sec. Before... What was the last damage you had? Sorry, I didn't write it down.
The last
4, I think.
The last damage
4.
that I did.
That he did or that he got?
That I received or that I gave out.
Yeah, that you... Oh, sorry. No, I've got your damage that you did on the dog.
That I did on the dog.
Mm-hmm.
It's a D6.
I'm looking up to...
Why don't I... There it is.
Are you talking about when I shot at them?
No, that
No.
I did to the dog.
Yeah.
I did 7 previously and 11
Cool.
now.
Awesome.
7, you
So-
said? I'm trying to look where that is in my notes.
Okay, I got it. Sorry, I was not...
Okay.
I was searching for paper and or digital paper. Not like I use paper.
Digital.
Cool. So you do that, and you rolled that. Okay, cool. Yikes. And you. So what I'm assuming happens is you just charge into this bush where you heard him from, right? And you lay down the axe and you catch him again in almost exactly the same kind of fashion. Like you hear your sword hit some bone, so you're doing some damage, which is nice, right? This thing yelps and then bites you again, but this time he goes for your leg, and he gets you for 15. That is not good.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that
You
was
are down.
My total, my armor is 2, so it's for
yeah.
13.
Cool.
Did you include that in the last attack?
Yes,
Yeah,
so
Did you have an armor of 2?
yes, you had
Okay.
8 before, and now what was it?
So I was at 4. I was at 15, and now I'm at 2.
Go. Sorry.
So yeah, I'm hurting.
And I imagine you scream out, and just as you do, Malik pops in, and he sees you, and you're bloody as shit. And I imagine you're probably like down on your knee at this point. You just got your leg.
Yeah.
And Malik's just like, "Where is it? What am I looking for? Where is it?"
It's got my leg!
He picks up the lantern and he says, "Point to it."
I'll point at where my leg is being mauled.
Oh no! Like he probably mauled it and then is back in the dark. Sorry.
Oh, can I do perception to see if I can see it?
Yeah, you probably felt the direction it went.
Okay. I will point it where I think it is.
Cool. And he just like he pulls out like a
Nice.
like it's not it's in between a dagger. It's like some really kick ass looking like short sword. Like it looks cool as hell. And he just kind of with the lantern like jumps that direction. Just like you did, and tries to stab. And 1 sec. Yep. Oops. Okay, cool. And yeah, cool. And you hear he can't see it, but he strikes down just like you did. He was stabbing, and he could feel that it's hitting her like a rib cage kind of thing. And he hears the yelp. And sorry. What is that? 7. Cool. 12. 13. Yup. Oh yeah. And he kind of like smashes it with the lantern. And this time the lantern definitely goes all over this thing, and it catches fire a little. So now you can see it, but like he can't see it. He's like freaked out because what he's looking at is basically like he can smell dog hair burning, but like he can't. He can only see the char and the fire on this thing and the smoke. Okay. McMuffin, where are you?
Muffin, can you see it from the distance that he's at right now? Like the thing's on fire, right? The dog's on fire.
Yeah, were you letting out? You were like sprinting at that point. Were you trying to catch up?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Okay, cool. Yeah. So you're right behind him. Yeah, so you're there now, and you see it, and you can see you also. It like you don't see a dog, you see a thing of like a little bit of fire on it and smoke, but you can see it's where it is.
Muffin's going to sort of yell out to it, and this is going to be a charisma roll of sorts, and he's going to ask. You can either stop attacking us and throw down your weapons, or you can stop attacking us and you'll stop breathing.
So surrender or surrender. Those are your two options.
Yeah. So in response to that, you can see the fiery blob lurch at Gorath.
Oh no.
Okay. If that's the case, then McMuffin's made a decision. He's going to roll to hit this damn thing.
Cool. Roll it.
With his musket. He's going to shoot.
Yeah. Do it up, sir. Oh yeah. Yep, roll me some damage. Oh yeah, cool. Cool, so from Gorath's view, he can see a black dog with crimson eyes literally jumping right at him, going for the jugular as he's kind of down on one knee because his leg is fucked and his sword arm is killing. And all he sees and it's awesome because it's like crimson eyes, huge fangs, because now you can see it and it's on fire. Lurching at you, and McMuffin just shoots it literally sideways out of the air, and it falls dead.
McMuffin sort of says, I hope it didn't drop too far.
Gorath will be like,
get it?
Yes!
Get it?
Nice shot, McMuffin.
Too far.
Yeah, he's going to give Gorath a high five with his hand that he got bit on.
Over.
Well, booyah anyway.
For another damage. 1 damage.
Yeah, high five does damage.
Now he's down to 1.
Now that's 6.
Yulia's still booking it. I don't know
Yep.
if she's made it to the fountain yet.
You're probably getting very close. So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, and you heard the shot for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's all you know. Cool. So, Malik and McMuffin and Gore, like, this thing is dead. It looks like it's a just like jet black dog. Now that it's dead, you guys can see it. You're like, shit. It's on fire and it smells bad. It smells like burning hair. And Malik says, we should get to Yulia.
Yes.
Gorath is in no shape to walk or run.
And McMuffin,
Yep.
I have a question. McMuffin has bandages. Can
Okay.
he bandage up his wounds?
Yes.
All right. Do I roll for that, or do I just like?
I think you just do it. Let me look up bandages.
There's not really anything on it.
I think with bandages you're like healing like a certain amount, but I can't remember. Dude. Yeah. Bandages. What? Sorry, I'm just. I've never done bandages. Let's see. I want to check out cleric. Roll me a d6. Let's do it that way. That makes sense. Yeah, cool. So you just you wrap up Gorath's arm and leg like hastily, right? Let's wrap. And I'm gonna say Gorath now has 5 health, 5 HP.
Wow. This is the first time my inventory has actually been useful in it's 15 games.
Yeah, cool. No, it's your pack has been very useful. Your lantern really that is now destroyed really helped you guys see the dog.
Yeah.
That was hilariously just out of game, out of character. McMuffin, you constantly do things that are really helpful to a GM.
I am a GM, so I know.
It's exactly it. I'm just saying,
but also,
McMuffin
wanted to be kind of a badass, so of course.
McMuffin really is kind of a badass. I think you've kind of found your character. You're no longer a reluctant sailor, I don't think. Anyway,
he's just a kind of a cool.
He's just kind of a kooky badass. It's an original character. I like this. Anyway, Malik is you're in no condition, and he's talking to Gorath. You're in no condition to run. Let's go. He very oddly just easily picks you up and throws him on his shoulder and starts basically running. He's
and as he's running, I'm gonna shout to McMuffin, be like, "Get the carcass!"
Okay. McMuffin's going to grab it and sort of pick it up. It's heavy and it stinks.
And it's still on fire, probably. So you're patting it up, and you're wearing a robe, and your robe falls open.
God help me!
Just a naked dude, fucking wearing a robe,
trying to hug a dog.
Dead dog.
No, this is totally normal.
Here's a naked dude running with a dead dog. You want to pick it up and run with it?
Yes.
Cool.
Hopefully my robe won.
Cool. Yeah, I think you could. I don't think you need to roll strength for that. It's gross and it's ruining Malik's / my robe. So what do you care? Cool. So you guys are hoofing it. And Malik is strangely strong and strangely fast, and so McMuffin is probably lagging a little bit behind with the dead dog, which is funny. Cool. Yulia, what are you doing? Yulia, you are. You just arrived to the fountain.
Okay.
What you want to do?
I think, considering what we've seen so far, Yulia is going to run to the waters and sort of dip her hand in and sprinkle water from her hand onto the book. First the cover and then the pages, just to see what happens.
Okay, cool.
It goes against everything in her nature to put water on a library book, but she muscles through. She powers through it.
Right, so you probably, you dip your hand in and it's like you're holding water in your hand, and you do a deep exhale, and then you splash it on the cover.
Yep.
Cool. So just like before, the cover kind of responds like it's water, right? Like to your touch and to the falling water. It's like it looks on the cover like it's raining almost, right?
Okay.
Like it has little raindrops as you sprinkle water on it. If you flip open the book. And you kind of take your wet hand and just wipe it across a page, probably?
Yeah.
Cool. You see the same message. Take me for a swim.
Go for a swim. All right. Again, this just goes against absolutely everything in her nature, and she's kind of horrified with herself as she's doing it. But she, sets aside her non-waterproof items, on the side of the fountain, and takes the book underwater.
So what do you leave on the side of the fountain?
Definitely the pistol. You don't want to put that in the water. Let me see. Light armor, bandages, rations. She basically puts all of her crap, like whatever she has in her bag, she puts it onto the side so that it doesn't get wet, and so it's just her clothing, basically, and not anything else.
Okay.
But her clothing, and the book all go into the fountain, and she kind of dives underwater with it.
Do you have your holy symbol with you?
I do have my holy symbol with me.
Okay. Cool. Cool. You dive in the water with the book. One sec. Gorath, McMuffin, where are you guys? You guys are hoofing it. I'm going to say, if you were running fast enough, you're probably just approaching the fountain now. We'll just speed it up a little bit. You probably
I'm being carried by a very strong man.
Yeah. So eventually, a little time passes. Because she had a huge head start on you guys. But you guys do end up... you roll up to the fountain eventually. Malik lays you down, Gorath, right there. And you guys can see Yulia's stuff sitting by the fountain.
But do we see Yulia?
You guys do not see Yulia.
Should we go after Yulia?
Where is she?
There's no, you can't see anybody underneath the water? Is it that opaque or dark outside?
No. You're just not there.
Oh, that's great. Wonderful. Okay.
What do you guys want to do?
McMuffin is going to look at the pool. Does he see ripples in it?
Yes. You see ripples. You see Yulia's stuff. Just sitting by the pool.
Something tells me. Something tells me that if it says go for a swim, we gotta jump in. McMuffin sort of drops his backpack. He drops the dead carcass, and he looks at Alex. Alex, could you watch over all of our stuff?
Alex?
Malik.
Malik, okay. I was like, wait, Alex?
He's he gave him the short name of Alex, so
no,
that's
fine.
what he calls him now.
No, it's cool. And Malik's like, yeah, I can't go in there, so I'll stay here with your stuff.
Wait, he can't go in there?
That's what he says.
Well, Yulia's not there to hear that, but that sounds suspicious.
It really does.
I'm going to now reenact the scene from Twilight.
Awesome.
You're so strong and fast. You don't go out into the sunlight.
Awesome.
That's meta, though.
Just a little.
Just a bit.
Cool. I mean, you guys can probably, from your vantage point, you can see the book is in the water.
Oh, wait, they can see the book, but they can't see Yulia?
Yep.
Well then, if the book's there, then Yuli has to be there too. You know she's a book nerd. Well, Gora, I know this is gonna hurt.
That's hilariously in character for you.
That's exactly how I wanted it.
So what are you doing? What do you do?
Gorb, he's gonna look at Gorb and says, I know it's gonna suck swimming with your wounds, but if we don't chase after Yulia, I don't think we're gonna get anywhere. So, Geronimo, and he's going to hop in.
Cannonball!
So
Cannonball!
just out of curiosity, before you do that, you're just wearing a robe. You left your musket in the pack.
He left everything. He dropped everything, so take it.
Sweet. But you are wearing a robe, yes?
Yes.
Cool. You're in. Gorath, what are you doing?
Gorath will look at Malik and will ask Malik, "What do you think?"
And he says, I mean, I would go with you, but I just can't. But I'd be in there.
Again, Yulia's not there, but that is suspicious.
So why can't you come with us?
And he says, it's complicated.
No. I do not like that.
I think Gorath is hearing Yulia in his head say that. I'm just going to throw
Yulia
that one out
feels
there.
a disturbance in its complicated force.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure you didn't know Nathan Mag?
And he says, the Time Wizard chick?
Yeah.
No?
You're both fans of complicated stuff.
He's like, well, I wish I could meet her.
All right, well then, you just toss me in.
And you want all your shit with you, I bet.
Yeah, Gorath doesn't give a shit.
That's what I was thinking. So he picks you up and he sets you on the lip of the infinity fountain, like the pool, and just kind of rolls you in.
And he'll just say bye as he's rolling in, just
He says, and yeah, as he flips you into the pool, he's like, "Good luck. You know where to find me."
And in Gorath goes.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So Yulia, you were the first one to plop out. You're drenched, spilling water all over a stone floor.
So wait, she's out of the fountain now?
Yeah, you're no longer in the fountain.
Okay. Okay.
And as you're getting your bearings, you look around, and it's a familiar place. You see an oddly modern-looking room. Like, it looks strange to you. It's like it's nothing like you've seen before, even though you've seen this before. And there's in the middle, there's like a sunken, like pit with seating around it, and in that pit, you easily recognize Niv and Mag.
Speak of the devil.
And she's doing a ritual.
Does she notice Yulia?
I'm assuming you pop in with a kind of a splash.
Mm-hmm.
And what seems like, just not very long amount of time, McMuffin splashes in and like belly first across the floor a little bit, like because he dove. Water going everywhere.
Ah, it burns.
Followed by Gorath rolling, clanking with his sword, and getting blood and water everywhere.
And that, just pops into existence going, "I!"
Yep.
Where are we?
Yulia just points.
And you point, and
He looks up. He's...
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yulia, what kind of prank is this? Is this a prank or something? What's going on?
I was just talking about you.
Think of the time witch.
And she rises up and she says, "Well, fuck me. I didn't expect that."
Yulia is still pointing at Maeve and Mag and says, "Don't you dare tell me it's complicated. What the hell is going on?"
And that's where we end the session today.
That's a good place to stop.
It is.
Oh, God.
Awesome.
Yulia, can you do anything about my profusely bleeding wounds?
I think Yulia will do her best to heal Gora.
Well, we'll do that next time. But if you guys...
Okay.
Gorath, do try to note, your damage.
Yeah, I've got it.
I think
Gorath is the only one who took damage. McMuffin, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm going to take it.
Malik did from the dog and from McMuffin.
Honk. Getting shot in a freaking back.
Yeah, and yet it didn't seem to bother him. Interesting.
Suspicious.
Maybe a little.
That was very enjoyable. Thank you, Brian.
That was a fun episode. No problem. I've been waiting for that episode. Also, you guys level up. For next round.
Oh, nice! We haven't leveled up forever.
It's been we haven't been playing the past few weeks.
True. And again, I hate XP. I think it's dumb, but I like milestones. This was the milestone. This was one of the milestones.
Nice.
Yeah. It just took you guys a while to get there, but you guys are already at a good level. There's only 10 levels in this thing, and I think that's rad because 20th level shit is just done.
Oh yeah.
But
we're halfway there now. As far as I know, we were on level 4, correct?
Yep, that's correct. So you guys get
all right.
I think level 5 has some fun stuff for you guys too. That's cool.